Hello there, time for another episode. I just reviewed the last video and noticed that if I wear a headset, then the recording app doesn't record the actual gaming audio and music, which is kind of a bummer. So hopefully I will try to hold my phone closer to my mouth so you can hear me speaking. As we can see, as I start up, a lot of nice things has happened. As usual, I always start with collecting the stuff from my watchtower to make sure that nobody steals it away from me. I did a bunch of raids yesterday, and I thought we would do some raids today to show you how that works. Let's collect some of the iron. Lots of yummy food. Here we go. My general strategy is that once I have upgraded my stronghold, I always try to do the same thing with both the farming and the mines, so that I make sure that they are at their top capacity to be bringing in whatever resources they can. So in almost 7 hours, another farm will hit level 14. And if I want to upgrade them more, I will have to upgrade the stronghold, which is going to take a while. We have some lovely new heroes. Collecting them. As you can see, I have 3 training camps. There is a buffet of options for what you want to train, depending on your needs and your strategy. For every new level that you upgrade your training camp to, another feature or type of hero is available. We can see here my top training camp is 13, and that allows me to train heroes with a chance of becoming epic. That means I think epic is 4-star hero. I've done this multiple times and only received 3-star heroes, and because it takes almost 48 hours to train such a hero, and it takes a huge amount of food and recruits. I felt that time and resources is better put to use if I try to level the existing heroes that I have. As we talked about in earlier videos, I have a pretty good base. I mean, I have some weaknesses, and I can't really change a lot of the heroes out and have multiple strong teams, but I'll get there. I have been working on my fire hero Colin, so once he reaches level 70, he is at 53 at the moment, he will be completely maxed out. And I actually tried him against a nature hero earlier today, and he absolutely smashed it, so I'm very happy with the work I've done there. So let's collect. I've been doing some crafting. Crafting is there also here. There's a lot of options. Usually I am not able to create 9 arrow attacks at one point, but I have been harvesting before this video. I think the game is a bit too difficult in how it allows you to collect the necessary resources, because in general it's not very often that I can create a multitude of these different battle items. Usually minor healing potions is always good, and you can bring 20 of them. Minor mana potions, not that often that I can actually craft them. Antidotes are a lifesaver in a lot of fights and titan fights. Arrow attack is one of my favorites, because not so much that it only brings 100 damage, but it also ensures that all the enemies are less accurate for 4 turns, which is very good when you're fighting titans. Bear banners, it makes you stronger for attacks. Also difficult to craft. Turtle banner gives you a 25% defense increase for 4 turns. And this is how it works as you go. So once I reach level 20, I can create a miracle scroll which will revive all heroes and give them 400 health points. So I try to craft them as often as I can. It doesn't take very long. So let's see. Oh, I just noticed that my Titan energy switched, so I have we have the option of attacking the Titan. And the current Titan is a green 5-star Titan. And as you can see, we are on a good way to bring him down. Now, the way that it works is that once the time is up, a new Titan is often generated a few hours later, or if it escapes, it's the same thing. And it kind of rotates around the clock. So at the moment, all the Alliance members in the US are having a field day, as it usually is summoned when they're in their evening, and I'm sleeping over here in Europe. So it is a good point to have an alliance where your members are spread out all over the globe in different time zones, which my team actually is. So we have people all over. We have someone in Australia, Malaysia, a bunch of us in Europe, the US, Hawaii, which is kind of fun. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with this Titan. I do not want to use my revival scroll on a Titan. Perhaps we should try and get... I only have one arrow attack, but as you saw just before I went in here, I actually started generating them. So let's pick up one more. Now I hope I'm going to be... And again, as I talked about in a previous video, Titans have a time cap on 90 seconds, so I will really need to focus. Hopefully I can talk at the same time, but the goal is to hit the Titan with as much damage as you can, and pray that the tiles are in your favor. So let's go with an arrow attack to make sure he's more compliant. And he will most likely hit me because I have no defense. Kadilin is my defense hero since she creates a nice shield, so I try to bring her up as quickly as possible. Hit, hit, hit. Nothing good here. Oh, as you saw, it changed the weak point just when I had already started to change the tiles, and that didn't do me any good. And now he's going to hit me, which I will absolutely need the antidote. I'll hit him with another arrow. I'll do a bit of this and that. Tile's not in my favor, so that is why it is important to bring... Oh, I shouldn't talk. Bring him down with any... with the arrows or other battle items, which will decrease his accuracy or confuse him in any way. Hopefully he won't kill me off entirely. Oh, please, Kadila. Oh, thank you, Regard. You're my savior. So red is my strongest color against this Titan, and which I'm trying to get Colin to do his thing. Haven't been that good. If I had more mana potions, I would had been using them to boost him up, to make sure he could attack. Ah, no, this was not a good session. Nah, 8,000. I think I did. When I played earlier today, I think I had a save. I just want to watch at the... See here, Isanya. Yeah, I managed to hit him 12,000 the first time and second time. Did I only have two? Yeah, I only had 2 flags at that point. So my 8,000 that I just demonstrated is not good enough, I think, in my book. So I will have to bring more battle items, I think. So my comrades in the team is doing pretty good, and I'm on the 5th place for top attackers. And the reason why it matters how well you do is because at the end, either if you defeat a Titan, you get better rewards. If you lose, you get crappy rewards. But if you defeat him, then the rewards are staggered. So I think if you're in the top, I don't know how many it is, you get an A grade level, then you receive the top loot. If you're a B level, not so good. A C, even worse. So that's why it's important to try and get as far up as you can in that kind of high score competition with your alliance members. But I am pretty confident that I will I think I will end up A or B on this one. If I can get in another hit, I'm on number 5. I could, if I play another round and I get around 10,000, that would be good. But as you can see at the top, it takes 4 hours to regenerate the flags for Titans, and I am not sure if that Titan will actually be alive once that's done. Hopefully it's because my American friends are still sleeping, and that will give me a little bit of a head start. So I will collect my little arrows. What else? Yes, we talked about raids. Now, I have not been doing a lot of raids. I think it's a mixture that I just didn't understand what it was all about in the beginning, and I've been a bit of a coward. So the raids are connected to your watchtower, which I've been talking about earlier. So I think your watchtower is available from level 5 or I'm not sure actually, because it was so long ago. But at some point, not too long after you start, you get the option to build a watchtower. And this watchtower collects resources depending on how many outposts you have. And outposts are connected to the world map. So as you can see, I have played through level 1, storyline 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. all the way up to number 21 where I am at the moment. And I'm actually stuck. So for each of these levels, I have conquered 18 outposts, and that in turn results in me having an increased production of resources. Now, as I have said before, when you are offline from the game, that gives other players the option to raid your tower. Now, they won't take everything, but they may take a portion of it. I don't know exactly how that resources are distributed. As you can see, I did a raid 23 hours ago and I got over 20,000 food. And also you are matched, as you will see shortly, with other players depending on what level you are. So I am currently at level, what am I? Level 23. But when it comes to the cup level, no, that's not cups. Here are cups. My rankings. You can see that I have this little gold marking in the corner, which means that I am on a gold level. So when I do raids, I will be matched with other gold fellows, so that's going to make it more difficult. It's good because it wouldn't be fair if I was matched to a complete beginner and just kind of walk all over her. And in turn, I don't want to face too strong opponents because they will walk all over me. So first, and as you can see in the top left corner, you'll similarly like Titan energy and Alliance energy, you have raid energy. So I can do 6 raids before I'm out of flags. So let's find an opponent. Now, I am at the top. I'm Isanya. I can choose between the different teams that I have. Now, I only have my power team, which is used by hitting and Titans and then the general storyline, and my defense team, which is defending the watchtower, has a power of 2969. So that gives me an indication when I compare to my opponent below that they have a team power of 2761. Now that is a bit closer for me. I think this person may be a challenge, especially when I check at all the heroes that he has, and in turn he doesn't have a lot of resources, which makes it a bit eh. And if I win, you can see here at the bottom next to the cup there's a plus 34 in green, which means that if I win, I will gain 34 cups and I will win the stated amount of resources. If I lose, I will lose 27 cups and nothing will happen on his side. So it's a bit up to me if I really want to fight him. Let me see. He has a Bane like I do, so that will match out evenly. He has a Cademan. He can be a bit of a bummer. Not so much for the damage he does, but he removes buffs. And I know the Bull Tusk, he recovers 20, so he's a healer. And he increases his team's attack. So if I take this on, he would have to be the one that I take out first. Now Grim is a nasty opponent, and this one is pretty strong. I'm not too keen. Let's to take this opponent. Let's try. You can re-roll. It costs money. Oh, sorry, costs food. But I will actually do so. Oh, as you can see, it is a roll of the dice because now I got another opponent which is way too strong for me. He has a team power of 3253, so he will eat me up without even breaking a sweat, especially since he has a 5-star level 70 kick-ass person, so no thank you. I'll try to re-roll, so either way I will conduct a battle. I just kind of was hoping that I wouldn't be eating the dust. Okay, I will sacrifice my 19 cups because this opponent, 3328, he's going to defeat me. But let's try it, and especially Perseus. So I just want to show you how it works. So yeah, I'm sacrificing myself for the good of the people here. So let's attack. Now, the position of the defense team matters, so you often put your strongest team in the middle because this one will take most of the hits. And my opponent has pretty accurately put Perseus in the middle, who is, he has 1150 in health. He deals a whole bunch of damage. The target receives minus 100% healing. And this effect cannot be dispelled. And if I interpret this correctly, because I haven't fought Perseus before, is that even if I activate my precious regard or Aaron next to him, which also has healing, that might not even activate if Perseus gets his special skill off. And he protects his fellow teammates with an increase in defense. 94 I'm getting my butt kicked here. Caedmon, we have Cyprian. Caster, he counterattacks, pretty nasty. Oh, and I didn't even notice Gwen anywhere. Oh, this is going to be a walk in the park for this person. So she reduces the mana of all enemies by 20%. That is going to be a huge problem for me. So I'm not going to have mana, and when I do to activate my healers, then Perseus will have blocked it. So that's going to be a problem. Oh, let's do this. Let's face death head on. So I'm going to try and bring out Perseus before anything else. I am not going to make it. You can see I'm barely touching him. And now he did 355 damage, so he killed off my precious Bane. Poor Bane, I miss you. I think my pride would be somewhat restored if I at least can bring out Perseus. But as you can see, the more I attack him, the more his mana in turn is activated. So I have a very limited amount of time to be able to take him out. Yeah, now I lost Colin. Cadilin is on her way. Oh, by the way, as you can see in this team, I chose to have 2 purple ones, the Unholy, but because Aaron here is very good at. He also has a healing power and some immunity stuff, which means that I don't have any ice heroes. So we can see, since I'm going to die anyway, if I try to match the tiles, it only says 1 hit point for each of the tiles, which is nothing. So that is something you need to keep track on if you choose to create a team without a specific element. Yeah, Perseus, he's just killing off my people here. And now, yeah, of course he attacked Rigard. So Rigard can't heal. Poor Rigard. Oh, I'm so sorry, team. I just fed you to the wolves here. Let's see. Okay. And now Guinevere does her thing, so I can't get that now. And bye-bye. And some sad music at the end. Yes, defeat. I understand. And if winner is Room Diggity. Congratulations. And actually, as you can see, he's only a level 24. So the level that you are is not always correlated to how strong your team is. It all depends on what strategy you have been taking, how and what the teams you have been able to gather, which makes the game more interesting. So no more raids for me at the moment. I could do another raid and have them find me an opponent, but again, I get somebody who is a bit too close to my current power. So I prefer, if I can get somebody below 2700, that at least gives me a fighting chance, depending on the team. So that's another reason. It costs 1400 to re-roll, and usually food is a scarce resource that I try to put to better use than just giving it away in rerolls. Another incentive to actually do these quests is that every time you beat a hero, I did not kill anyone here, you fill up these kind of mini missions or chests. So once I have killed 40 heroes in raids, I will get a bunch of loot. And the kind of loot that I get is based on my current level, and I'm on a raid arena, they call it, and I'm on gold, so that's not gonna happen. So that doesn't happen very often for me. What I do focus on is monsters, and these are monsters of any kind throughout the storyline. So that's usually I fill up at least one every day. And you can see I'm pretty close to leveling, 89%. I still need another 26,000. Gonna take a while, but what can we do? Let me show you where I am in the game at the moment. So I am on level 21 and 7. Now this specific level, you can see it's kind of highlighted with some extra fancy artwork, some 2 swords and some wings, I think. Means that this level is going to be extra hard. Yummy. And before you start each level, you see what kind of enemies you're gonna face. So I'm gonna face, I know because I played this level before, mostly unholy warriors, and they kick my butt. And especially, I think some of the vampiric touches, I am not beating this level just quite yet. So let's see. Maybe if I bring all I have when it comes to healing potions. Let's see. Cost me 7 flags, but I had 10 to spare. Let's try, and I know that Holy is going to be stronger for against this monster, so I try to boost up Bane as quickly as possible. Now I will need arrow attack. I would have preferred to use them later on, because I think this is a 5-stage game. But I might not make it that far if I sit on them too long. So let's see here. What options? I tried with either this team or my defense team, but in my defense team I don't have Sonya. And I've noticed that I may need every single fighter that I can get, because I can't afford just making sloppy one-hit approaches. Now as you saw, let's see if I can do it back. He hit me with something that caused Sonya to have a minus 20% in defense, and that's going to stay on for 6 turns unless I do something about it, and that usually means administering some antidotes. Now I know that 360 is a piece of cake if this guy to the left fires off his vampiric touch, so I wanted to bring her up. I will actually attack him. I would really like a hero that reduces mana for the opponent. I think I have somebody in the nursery, but they're not going to be strong enough for a long while. Okay, so now I need to think what my strategy is. Usually also I want to try to bring up Rigard, because having him fully powered can often save me once I get hit. So I think I'll do that actually. He's not going to bring him up completely, but yeah, now I got hit in different places, so let's do antidotes. I will do the gem, brings out all the green ones, which will fire up Kadilin. Now she already has launched her special skill, and that will remain for one more turn. So there's no point in me launching it now, because that would simply reset the counter. Yes, it will do 295 damage, but I can afford to wait one more round. So let's have... Oh, that was not good. They only did 200 damage on each. Let's see if we can bring it up. Oh, they're attacking my poor Sonia, so I will help her. And as you saw, the little helmet disappeared, so let's bring off Kadilan one more time. And boom. And now we're sitting here, so it may look like the scales mean that, oh, he or she is almost dead. Well, for this one it is, only 82 left in health. 472 is going to take a while. 682, so let's at least kill one off, so we have one less problem to worry about. I will save Rigard for the moment, because that is probably going to be quite necessary very quickly here. Let's see. Nope. I think this is the best that I can do. Yes. At least I got Bane up and running. Let's do this one. Bring him down. Now he only has 207. I don't think Sonia's going to do 200. Oh, I love you, Sonia. Thank you very much. I will save Rigard. Yeah, I'll save him a little bit. Not helping. Oh, come on. Let's see here. So we have 3 rounds before he's going to attack. Let's do Sonia. I don't want to waste Colin on just one enemy. And that was just the first level. Oh my god, this is going to take a while. But that's the name of the game. So I think since I just started a new round of enemies, I think I'll boost them up. Thank you, Rigard. Bring some mana for Sonia. Attack the one that is about to attack me. I did not make a huge amount of damage on him. Thank you, Kadilan. That gave me some holy and unholy. And a bunch of combos. Thank you. Combos is often the thing that can tip the scale to losing or winning. And yes, you saw, even though I had my shield, some things can still penetrate, so let's remove those. I've been using way too many antidotes, and this is just the second level. Let's do that one. Oh, that was stupid. Of course I should have done the one in the middle that is going to attack the next round, so oops. Well, let's hit off all the holy elements. I'm not gonna allow you to kill my Colin. He's my ace in the hole. So that was... here we see in the middle, if I connect the tiles, so I have 5, I get the gem. Thank you. Gems are what we live by. Even if I decide to use... I might have to do it anyway. I don't have any good option. Okay, so this was a crappy option, but the best that I could do. Because I didn't have too many of the red tiles on the left, so it actually didn't do much damage on my monster here, so... Oh, come on, that one. 368. Oh, okay, let's do Colin, because he's so strong. He's strong, but still he only made a dent on him. Oh, come on. 167. Come on, Bane. Bring it on. Thank you, Bane. I'm not gonna jinx it, but I feel somewhat optimistic. Sonia, do your thing, and I hate these guys. I'm gonna use another arrow. I'm gonna splurge. I was hesitating whether I should use Rigard, but I think I'll sit on him. Off is better that if these guys can do their attack, and then I heal everybody at the same time. And what do I need here? Let's do this one. Because I know the Bane. Yeah, that was cutting it a bit too close. So let's boost you up, my friend. Don't scare me like that, please. I think I need Cadilan, so I'll try to get some natures going. Let me see. So you need a bit more. Yeah. Hit and miss and boost and healing goes off. Boom. And since I had a lot of options for the holy ones, I try to match them up so Rigard can be in standby. A lot of ice options, but even though Sonia is great, her strongest ability is not against unholy. So if there was a bunch of red monsters, she would be kicking butt. This, so. Let's see if we can fire off Colin. No. Bane is I need Bane. Don't kill my Bane. Okay, so here I got some purple and green. Stop attacking! Thank you. Some mana for my Bane. Yeah, come on Bane, bring him out. Thank you. I know that this one on the left is going to do something nasty. I'm afraid that he's going to take out my healer. If my Rigard dies, then that's it. I will be on the final countdown. So he's very, very important to ensure that he stays alive. Okay, I will use my final antidote. That may cause some problems when I face the monsters, because the monsters, the bosses, are always first. But Rigard, he has sort of the antidote feature in his special skills, so I'm not totally toast. Now it's more a patience game or a game of luck to make sure that I actually stay alive. Come on, sorry. What do you think? Bring him. Oh, I almost got Bane there. No, he did not fill up. Perhaps now. Yep. Bane, do your thing. And I have to be aware that Colin has a decreased defense at the moment. Probably would need Cadilan later on, but I'm sure that I will. Yeah, he still has a 525 health, so I need to make sure that. I mean, if I have to sacrifice any of the heroes, Sonia would be the first to go. So if she goes down now, I will not waste my larger healing potions on her. Let's see what was. Let's do Cadilan. Oh, come on. Let's bring out some unholy. I was lucky there with the combos. Sonia. Come on. Honestly, okay, I will not waste, I will invest Colin here, because I need to proceed. Now, I know that if I don't use Rigard now, they will kill off my Bane in just one go. So we have Doomed Knight, Sharp Cut, 240 damage, and he reduces the mana, so he's nasty, and has more than 3,000 in health points, so that's going to be very difficult. Dark Barrage, besides his attack, he reduces the attack strength for 6 turns. So if I have to choose, I would try to bring out the Doom Knight on the right and kill him off first, since he's gonna cause me a lot of headache when he removes my mana, and I am absolutely totally dependent on being able to gain mana to power up my special skills. And again, if I see the possibility to get Rigard boosted up, connect purple tiles, that's what I do. So even though I just used Kadilan, she does not remove the effect of the reduced attack. So my heroes are limping in their attacks. So what should I do here? I'll bring off this one. It seems like a pretty good way to rearrange the board. Hopefully in my favor. Oh no! Oh, no, I like I said, if Rigard goes, then it's game over. But at least he doesn't. No, they don't heal themselves, which is good because that's would be another uphill battle. Let's do another of these. We'll heal him. Do colon. It's not. This is gonna be quite difficult. As you can see, I barely made a dent and they are attacking me like crazy. That will most likely cause me a lot of troubles. The reason why I chose the Holy was that if I can get Bane boosted up, I can at least attack this guy on the right. Oh, this is good. Know if I had more battle items, I might have actually been able to finish them off. But oh, thank you. Thank you. That's why having a healer on your team could be your ace in the hole. Okay, so they decided to take out Sonya. That is unfortunate, but pretty okay. If they bring out Kadilan, it's a bit more difficult because she both kind of gives attack and defense for me. So she and Colin are my strongest heroes overall. And they're probably, oh, this is gonna be so painful. Come on, work with me. Oh. Okay, this could, if yes, please don't attack, don't attack. Just make sure that I can do my regard. Please, no. So, I have a limping Kadilan, and I have my Knight in Shining Armor Rigard, who has no attack. So it feels like I'm mostly just tickling these monsters, but maybe. Oh, you see, they're attack 255. Yeah, and he's on, this is not gonna end up with me winning. At least I killed off one. Let's see here. So, 885, thank you. That's gonna be way too much for me. But as long as I can stay alive, we will fight till the bitter end. But his attack is... he is the one that gives me the reduced attack, so again, my precious heroes are limping. And even though Sonya's dead, as I have her in my roster, her troops are still making damage. But 3 or 2. Let's do this one. Let's go all in whatever I have left. I could. Please don't kill me. I'm so close. Seriously. 81. Oh, I could. This could actually. Yes! Oh, I have been stuck here for I don't know how long. And I won. Please give me some good loot. Pretty okay. Practice swords 4. Again, they are high value for me. Some heroes. And that's it. Phew! That was That was close, but that happens. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. When you lose, you just have to accept it and keep working on leveling up your heroes. So I think this is a good place for me to stop and celebrate that I actually passed that difficult level. It doesn't mean that it's going to be easier, but those that are start are extra difficult. So I will celebrate and I will see you in another episode. Thank you for watching.